Why were Ebionites antagonistic toward Paul? The Ebionites were a Jewish Christian sect that emerged in the early Christian era. They rejected the divinity of Jesus and insisted on the strict observance of Jewish law, including circumcision and dietary practices. There are several reasons why the Ebionites were antagonistic toward Paul, who was a prominent figure in spreading the message of Christ among the Gentiles. 1. Apostolic Authority. The Ebionites believed that only the original disciples and James, the brother of Jesus, had true apostolic authority. They viewed Paul as an interloper who had never met Jesus during his earthly ministry. They considered his apostleship to be illegitimate and believed that he had distorted the teachings of Jesus. 2. Jewish law. The Ebionites were strict observers of Jewish law and viewed it as a mandatory requirement for salvation. They criticized Paul's teachings, which emphasized faith in Christ over the works of the law. Paul argued that salvation came through faith in Jesus, rather than adherence to the Jewish law, which caused disagreement and conflict between him and the Ebionites. 3. Gentile inclusion. Paul actively preached the message of Christ to Gentiles, allowing them to become followers of Jesus without undergoing circumcision or observing Jewish laws. This inclusive approach was contrary to the Ebionites' strict adherence to Jewish customs and practices. They saw Paul as diluting the original Jewish character of Christianity by opening it up to non-Jews. 4. Pauline theology. The Ebionites had a different understanding of Jesus' nature and believed that he was a human prophet and not divine. Paul's writings, particularly his emphasis on Jesus as the Son of God, contradicted their beliefs, leading them to reject his teachings and view him as a heretic. In summary, the Ebionites opposed Paul due to his claim to apostolic authority, his emphasis on faith over Jewish law, his inclusion of Gentiles in the Christian community, and his theology that conflicted with their understanding of Jesus' nature.
What was the level of esteem that the Ebionites held for James, the brother of Jesus? The Ebionites held James, the brother of Jesus, in extremely high esteem, considering him a central and authoritative figure in their movement. They regarded him as the true successor to Jesus and a model of righteousness, likely due to his leadership of the early Jerusalem church and his strict adherence to Jewish law. Early Christian sources, such as the recognitions of Clement and the ascents of James, which are associated with Ebionite traditions, depict James as the ultimate teacher of the faith, emphasizing his role as the head of the Jerusalem community and a guardian of the Torah-observant message of Jesus. Additionally, church fathers like Epiphanius of Salamis noted that the Ebionites revered James and saw him as a pillar of their beliefs, in contrast to figures like Paul, whom they rejected.